Minister of Community and Social Services.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I'm proud to rise today to mark the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Joining us in the legislature earlier today were Charlene Catchpole, Chair of the Board of Directors of the Ontario Association of Interval and Transition Houses, known as OAITH, Marlene Ham, the Provincial Coordinator at OAITH, and many members of OAITH. I want to thank the staff and volunteers of the Ontario Association of Interval and Transition Houses for truly being leaders in helping to raise awareness about the issue of violence against women. They have shown tremendous leadership in their very successful Wrapped in Courage Purple Scarf campaign. November is also Women Abuse Prevention Month, so it is good to see some members of the legislature here at Queen's Park wrapped in purple scarves to demonstrate our support for women's shelters and violence prevention organizations. And I call upon all honourable members to join with Minister McCharles and myself to support this worthwhile campaign. I also want to recognize the enormous contributions of the frontline staff in women's shelters and agencies across the violence against women service sector in Ontario for providing the care and support to women and their children who have experienced violence. Every day, Canadian women are confronted by disturbing realities that test their courage. According to Statistics Canada, on average, every 6 days, a woman is killed by her intimate partner. Aboriginal women in Canada were 3 times more likely than non-Aboriginal women to report being a victim of a violent crime. And according to UNICEF, each year in Canada, an estimated 360,000 children witness violence in their homes. And we need to keep the horrific tragedies, including the 3 shootings that happened in the Villeneuve area this past September, top of mind and close to our hearts when we are helping support women escape violence. It takes the commitment and support of an entire community to end all violence against all women. Everyone has a responsibility to prevent and end violence against women and children. Our government has made a strong commitment to fight domestic violence and protect women. Our Domestic Violence Action Plan strengthened programs and services and placed an important new emphasis on the prevention of violence and better community supports for abused women and their children. Since 2003, the Ministry of Community and Social Services has increased funding for violence against women's services and supports by 61% to almost $150 million as of this fiscal year. Our annual funding provides many resources for the sector, including funding 96 emergency shelter agencies across the province that operate more than 2,000 beds. These shelters serve more than 10,000 women and 7,000 children last year alone. And earlier this year, Premier Wynne launched It's Never Okay, an action plan to stop sexual violence and harassment. Mr. Speaker, we know that change will only happen if we are all committed to it. We're calling on all Ontarians, through their actions and their attitudes, to make change happen. Let's make this a transformative time for women in Ontario and build a safer future for every girl in this province. I am confident that by working together, we can make all our communities better, safer places to live, to work, and to raise our families. Mr. Speaker, I call upon all members of this House to join me in working to end violence against women. Women deserve our support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.